Hello students, welcome back in the history class of 6th standard. Today we are going to continue with the lesson number 7 of history. Students, till now we have discussed the early life of Vardhaman Mahavir and his search for truth. So, before we proceed further, I would like to take feedback of the previous topic through some questions. The first question is, who was the founder of Jainism? Number second, how many Tirthankars were there in the Jainism? Number third, who was the last Tirthankar of Jainism? And number fourth, write about main teachings of Parshvanath. So students, I hope you all are capable to answer all these questions. Now students, let's have a look on the topics which we will have to read in today's class. Teachings of Mahavir, Jain councils, Jain texts, Jain sects, spread of Jainism and decline of Jainism. Let's start reading. Open page number 64. Teachings of Mahavir. The teachings of Mahavir can be summarized as follows. Mahavir laid great stress on ahimsa or non-violence. He said, all beings long to live. To all things, life is dear. He was of the view that along with men and animals, fire, wind, and plants too had souls. Therefore, no injury must be inflicted on any living creature, including insects and plants. Students, inflicted means give to. So, the main teaching of Jainism was ahimsa or non-violence. Non-violence means not to cause harm to any living being by thought, speech, or action. All living beings have souls and they also feel pain. So, one should avoid to harm any living creature. Now, see the next point. Mahavir advocated a simple living. He was against the accumulation of property. He said that those who wish to know the truth must first give up all their belongings. So, students, word advocated means supported. Accumulation means collection. So, Mahavir supported or believed in simple life. He was not interested in the collection of property. He said that the people who wanted to know the truth of life must give up or left all their worldly desires. Let's read the next point. He asked people to be true and honest. He did not believe in the existence of God. He was against the recitation of mantra or performance of rituals and sacrifices. Existence means presence. Ritual means ceremony. Sacrifices means offering. Recitation means an act of saying aloud. So, he was against the mantra or did not believe in the religious ceremonies. Let's read next point. He believed that all men are equal and rejected all forms of caste-based discrimination. So students, the society was divided into 4 castes. So Mahavir opposed the caste system and rejected all types of biasness prevalent in the society. Next point is, he believed in the doctrine of karma and moksha. He advocated good actions for the attainment of moksha, that is, freedom from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. He said that moksha was possible by right belief, right conduct, right knowledge. These 3 were called the 3 jewels or Tri-Ratna of Jainism. So students, Mahavir believed in the principles of karma and moksha. He said, with the good actions, one can achieve the moksha. Moksha means mukti, freedom from the cycle of birth, death and rebirth. And the moksha can be achieved by the Tri-Ratna given by Jainism. First is right faith, means belief. Second is right knowledge. And the third is right conduct, means behavior. Now let's read further. Mahavir preached in Prakrit, the language of the masses. Soon his ideas and teachings gained support among the masses. Preached means delivered. Masses means group of people. So students, Mahavir delivered his teachings in the Prakrit language. That was the language of the common people during that time. So due to this reason, His ideas and teachings became famous among the people. So students, these were the important teachings of Mahavir or Jainism. Now come to the next point, Jain councils. Two Jain councils were held after the death of Mahavir to collect all his doctrines and preachings. These councils gave them the form of texts. The first council was held at Patliputra in the 3rd century BC. The second council was held at Vallabhi in Gujarat in the 5th century BC. So, council means meeting. So, there were two councils were held after the death of Mahavir. So, the main purpose of these meetings was to collect the teachings of Mahavir. So, the first council was held at Patliputra in the 3rd century BC. And the second council was held at Vallabhi in Gujarat in the 5th century BC. The next point is Jain texts.
The sacred literature of the Jains is called the Agam Siddhant.
The 12 Ang are the first and very important part of their sacred texts. The Siddhant comprises 45 to 50 books. Later on, 12 Upang or minor sections were also added. The teachings of Mahavir are written in Ardh Magdi Prakrit. So, the sacred literature or the holy literature of the Jainism is known as Agam Siddhant.
Agam Siddhant was divided into 12 Angs. Later on, it further divided into 12 Upangs.
So, students, these texts are written in Ardh Magdi Prakrit. The Jain monks also wrote Niryuktis or commentaries. They were initially written in Prakrit, but later on Sanskrit was also used. So students, the word monks is used for the male person of the Jainism. So besides Agam Siddhant, Jains also wrote Niryuktis, which means commentaries that were earlier written in Prakrit language, but later on Sanskrit was also used.
Now students, let's read the next point. Jain sects means division of Jainism. In about 300 BC, Jainism split into two sects, the Digambars and the Shvetambars. The Digambar means sky-clad or naked. They do not wear clothes and strictly follow the original teachings of Lord Mahavir. The Shvetambar means white-clad. They wear white clothes and do not believe in a life of hard penance. Penance is the act of doing a good deed to make up for wrong past, or penance means self-punishment. So students, after the death of Mahavir, Jainism was split into two parts. Split means divided into two parts. The Digambar, which means sky-clad, which means naked, or they do not wear clothes. And the other part is Shvetambar. Shvet means white. So Shvetambar wear white clothes. In the course of time, the Digambars made South India their center, while the Shvetambars settled down in Rajasthan and Gujarat. So the Digambars settled down in South India and the Shvetambars settled down in Rajasthan and Gujarat. Now students, next topic is spread of Jainism. Spread means extension. The main reasons for the spread of Jainism among the common masses were simplicity of language. Mahavir preached in Prakrit, the language of the common people, which made it easy for them to understand his teachings. So students, the first reason for the spread of Jainism was the simplicity of language. Mahavir Vardhaman delivered his teachings in the Prakrit language, which was the language of the common people during that time. The next point is spirit of equality. Mahavir, like the Buddha, condemned the caste distinctions and regarded all men as equal. He opened the doors of the new religion to people of all sections of society. This attracted a large number of followers. Condemned means criticized. Distinction means difference. So students, you have already learnt about that society was divided into four castes:
But Mahavir Vardhaman criticized the caste system prevailed in the society. He said to the people that anyone can join the new religion, that is Jainism. So, the most of the people of the lower classes who were already disappointed from upper class came forward to join the Jainism. Next point is personality of Mahavir. Mahavir himself set up an ideal before the people for the attainment of truth. He left his home, became a wanderer for many years, and practiced several austerities before teaching these things to people. Students, attainment means achievement, wanderer means who move from one place to another. Austerities means self-discipline. So students, Mahavir Vardhaman himself left his home and moved from one place to another in search of truth. So the people were inspired with the personality of Mahavir, and with the influence of his personality, people joined Jainism. The next point is royal patronage. Patronage means sponsorship. The great Maurya Emperor Chandragupta was a devout Jain. King Kharvel of Kalinga advocated the teachings of Jainism and set up Jain images himself. Jainism was an important religion in Mathura in the Kushan period and in eastern India during the reign of Harsh. Later on, many royal dynasties of the south embraced Jainism. They gave support to the development of Jain art and literature, gave donations to Jain monks, and encouraged the building of Jain temples. So, the another reason for the growth of Jainism was the support of kings during that time, like Chandragupta Maurya of the Mauryan dynasty, King Kharvel of Kalinga, Kushan dynasty, and Harshvardhan of the Vardhan Empire gave full support to the Jainism. These kings gave financial support to Jainism to make Jain buildings and temples. They also encouraged their art and literature. So students, these were the reasons for the spread of Jainism. Now let's read the next topic, decline of Jainism. The factors that led to the decline of Jainism were. In this topic, we will read that what were the reasons for the decline of Jainism. So, the first point is loss of royal patronage under the Gupta rulers. So, students, Gupta rulers were the followers of Hinduism. They did not give any support to the Jainism. So, Jainism lost their help from the kings during the Gupta rulers. So, they led to the decline. Next point was split in Jainism. As you already know that Jainism was divided into two parts, the Digambars and the Shvetambars. This split goes to the decline of Jainism. Next point is no popular preacher after Lord Mahavir. After the death of Mahavir, there was not a single person who could transfer Lord Mahavir's teaching and preach the people. Next point is the lower sections of society had their own internal differences and they could not unite for a religious cause. So students, the lower class was ill-treated by the upper classes. So when they found a new religion which allowed to enter them in their religion, they immediately accepted Jainism as their religion. The last point is Jainism had to compete both with Buddhism and the counter-reformation movement of the Hindus. Reformation means improvement. Buddhism was the another religion which became very popular among the people, and Hindus also tried to improve their religion. So these two religions were the competitors of the Jainism. So students, these are the causes for the decline of Jainism. Now let's read further. Jains today are predominantly found in Rajasthan, Gujarat, some districts of Madhya Pradesh and South India. They are mostly rich and prosperous traders and have founded many charitable institutions like dispensaries, rest houses and houses for animal protection. They are constantly involved in the reformation of the society, spread of education and revival of their faith. The word predominantly means mainly. Charitable means aided,
Constantly means continuously. Revival means betterment. So students, at present, Jainism is mainly found in Rajasthan, Gujarat, some districts of Madhya Pradesh and South India. Jains are considered very rich. They founded many institutions which could support them by giving funds like dispensaries, rest house and houses for animal protection. Jains are continuously involved in the betterment of society. Now students, our today's class is over here. I hope the topic is clear to you. Now, your homework is read today's topic and write the difficult words with their meanings in the rough copy.